You need to wake up right now and open your eyes to see that you're surrounded by those people who are holding you back. They're like anchors dragging you down into the depths of mediocrity. But you, my friend, you were born to soar. You got dreams bigger than the sky, ambitions that could move mountains. But look around you. Well, who's cheering you on? Who's pushing you to be better? If you can't point to someone right now who lifts you up, it's time for a change. Let me tell you something. Your life is a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's right. Just 5 people can shape your entire world. So ask yourself, are those 5 people dream chasers or dream killers? I bet some of you are thinking, but these are my friends. I've known them forever. Listen up. Just because you've known someone for a long time doesn't mean they deserve a permanent spot in your life. Loyalty is admirable, but not when it comes at the cost of your own growth. You see, the people around you are like elevators. They're either bringing you up or taking you down. There's no in between. And right now, I'm willing to bet that some of your so-called friends are nothing but down buttons, keeping you stuck on the ground floor of life. But here's the kicker. You're the one who chooses which elevator to step into. You're the one who decides who gets to be part of your inner circle. It's time to start pressing that up button and leave the down pressers behind. Now, I'm not saying cut everyone off overnight. That's not realistic. But what I'm saying is this. Start paying attention. Notice who makes you feel energized and who leaves you drained. Who celebrates your wins and who seems just a little too happy when you fail. You need to surround yourself with people who fan your flames, not those who try to extinguish your fire. You need friends who see your potential and push you towards it, not those who are comfortable with you staying exactly where you are. Think about it. When was the last time one of your current friends challenged you to be better? When did they last inspire you to reach for something more? If you're drawing a blank, that's a problem. You deserve to be around people who make you want to level up. People who make you think, wow, I need to step up my game. Those are the kinds of influences you need in your life. But let me be clear, this isn't about finding people who are better than you. It's about finding people who are better for you. People who align with your values, who share your drive, who understand your vision. Right now, you might be hanging out with people who are comfortable with mediocrity. They're okay with just getting by, with living paycheck to paycheck, with never pushing their limits. And hey, if that's what they want for themselves, fine. But is that what you want for yourself? I'm telling you, you were made for more. You've got greatness inside you waiting to be unleashed. But it's never going to happen if you keep surrounding yourself with people who are okay with average. You need to be around people who are hungry, people who wake up every day ready to conquer the world, people who see obstacles as challenges to overcome, not reasons to give up. Those are your. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I don't know anyone like that. Well, guess what? It's time to put yourself out there and find them. They exist. I promise you, they're at networking events. They're in online communities. They're taking classes to improve themselves. Go where they are. And here's a little secret. When you start leveling up, when you start pursuing your dreams with everything you've got, you'll naturally attract those kinds of people. Like attracts like, my friends. But it starts with you. It starts with making the decision that you're no longer going to tolerate negativity, mediocrity, or small-mindedness in your life. It starts with choosing growth over comfort. You see, comfort is the enemy of progress. And right now, those people you're hanging out with, they're comfortable. They're comfortable with where they are. They want you to stay comfortable too. Because if you start changing, if you start growing, it makes them uncomfortable. It forces them to look at their own lives and see where they're falling short. So instead of cheering you on, they try to hold you back. They tell you your dreams are too big, that you're being unrealistic, that you should just be happy with what you have. But let me tell you something, there's nothing unrealistic about wanting more for yourself. You were born with unlimited potential. You have the power to create the life you want. But that power gets dim when you surround yourself with people who can't see their own light, let alone yours. It's time to step into your power. It's time to unapologetically pursue your dreams. And it's time to surround yourself with people who will fuel that pursuit, not hinder it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, but these are my childhood friends. We've been through so much together. I get it. I really do. Nostalgia is a powerful thing, but you know what's more powerful? Your future. Your future self is counting on you to make the right choices now. And sometimes the right choice is the hard choice. Sometimes it means outgrowing people and situations that no longer serve you. Think about it like this. If you were still wearing the same clothes you wore as a kid, People would think that's weird, right? Well, it's just as weird to try and squeeze yourself into friendships that you've outgrown. It's okay to admit that you and your old friends are on different paths now. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a growing person. Growth, my friends, is what life is all about. Now, I'm not saying you need to dramatically cut people off. You don't need to make a big announcement or have a farewell party. Sometimes it's as simple as gradually spending less time with those who drag you down and more time with those who lift you up. Start small. Maybe it's joining a new club or taking a class in something you're interested in. Put yourself in situations where you're likely to meet people who are on the same wavelength as you, people who are striving, growing, learning. And when you meet these people, don't be shy. Strike up conversations. Share your dreams and aspirations. You'll be amazed at how many people out there are just waiting to connect with someone like you. But here's the thing. You've got to be genuine. You can't fake your way into meaningful relationships. You've got to be real about who you are and what you want. Because when you're authentic, you attract authentic people. And let me tell you, there's nothing more powerful than a group of authentic, driven individuals coming together. That's when magic happens. That's when ideas are born, when support is given, when dreams become reality. But it all starts with you making the choice to no longer settle for relationships that hold you back, the choice to seek out people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in you. Now, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, but what if I end up alone? What if I can't find my tribe? Listen to me, that fear is normal. Change is scary. Stepping out of your comfort zone is scary. But you know what's scarier? Looking back on your life and realizing you never reached your full potential because you were too afraid to let go of people who were holding you back. Trust me, when you start living authentically, when you start pursuing your passions with everything you've got, your tribe will find you. Like-minded people will be drawn to your energy, your drive, your vision. But you've got to take that first step. You've got to be willing to let go of what's familiar in order to grab hold of what's possible. You've got to be brave enough to say, I deserve more than this. I deserve to be surrounded by people who believe in me, who push me, who inspire me. And let me tell you, once you start making these changes, once you start surrounding yourself with the right people, your whole world will change. Suddenly, anything seems possible. Suddenly, your dreams don't seem so far-fetched. Suddenly, you're waking up excited about life, ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. Because here's the truth, the people you surround yourself with don't just influence your thoughts and actions. They shape your entire reality. They determine what you believe is possible for yourself. They set the standard for what you'll accept in your life. So I ask you, are the people around you setting a high standard? Are they pushing you to be your best self? Or are they keeping you stuck in old patterns, old beliefs, old limitations? If it's the latter, it's time for a change. It's time to raise your standards. It's time to seek out people who are where you want to be, who have achieved what you wanted to achieve, who embody the qualities you want to develop in yourself. Now, I'm not saying you need to completely ditch your old friends. Some of those relationships might be worth saving. But what I am saying is that you need to be intentional about who you spend your time with. You need to prioritize relationships that push you forward, not hold you back. Think of it like this. If you were training for a marathon, would you hang out with people who sit on the couch all day and eat junk food? Of course not. You'd seek out other runners, people who could give you tips, who could train with you, who could motivate you on those days when you just don't feel like lacing up your shoes. Well, life is the ultimate marathon. And right now, you might be running with a group that's content to jog or even walk. But you, my friend, you were born to sprint. You were born to break records, to push boundaries, to cross finish lines that others can't even see. But you can't do that if you're constantly being pulled back by people who are afraid to run. You can't do that if you're surrounded by people who tell you to slow down, to take it easy, to be realistic. You need to be around people who say, faster. You can do it. Keep pushing. People who see your potential and refuse to let you settle for anything less than your absolute. These are the people who will celebrate your victories as if they were their own. These are the people who will pick you up when you fall and push you to try again. These are the people who will remind you of your goals when you lose sight of them. But here's the thing. These people aren't going to magically appear in your life. You got to go find them. You got to put yourself out there. You've got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and into environments where growth-minded people hang out. Maybe that means joining a professional organization in your field. Maybe it means attending personal development seminars. Maybe it means volunteering for causes you're passionate about. Whatever it is, you've got to take action. You've got to make the effort to connect with people who are on the same path as you. And when you do find these people, cherish them. Nurture those relationships. Because let me tell you, having even one person in your life who truly believes in you, who pushes you to be your best, who supports your dreams, that's worth more than 1,000 lukewarm friendships. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but what about loyalty? What about sticking by your friends through thick and thin? And I get it. Loyalty is important, but you know what's more important: loyalty to yourself, loyalty to your dreams, loyalty to the person you're capable of becoming. Because here's the harsh truth. Those friends who are holding you back, they're not being loyal to you. They're being loyal to their own comfort. They're being loyal to the status quo. They're being loyal to the idea of who you used to be, not who you're becoming. Real loyalty, true friendship, is about wanting the best for someone. It's about encouraging them to grow, to evolve, to become the best version of themselves. If your friends aren't doing that for you, are they really being good friends? You deserve people in your life who will challenge you, who will call you out when you're not living up to your potential, who will push you to be better. That's what real friends do. They don't let you settle for less than you're capable of. So I challenge you, take a good, hard look at the people in your life. Are they elevating you or holding you down? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? Are they fueling your dreams or dousing them with doubt? If you find that the people around you are more anchor than sail, it's time to make some changes. It's time to start seeking out people who will help you navigate towards your dreams, not keep you moored in the harbor of mediocrity. And look, I know it's not easy. Changing your social circle can be one of the hardest things you'll ever do. It can feel lonely at first. It can feel uncomfortable. But you know what? Growth is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. But that discomfort is a sign that you're moving in the right direction. Think about it like this. When you work out, your muscles feel uncomfortable. They might even hurt a little. But that discomfort is a sign that you're getting stronger. Well, the same thing applies to your personal growth. That discomfort you feel when you start distancing yourself from negative influences, that's you getting stronger. That's you growing. And here's the beautiful thing. As you start to change, as you start to surround yourself with more positive influences, you'll start to change too. You'll start to see yourself differently. You'll start to believe in yourself more. You'll start to dream bigger. Because the truth is, we become like the people we spend the most time with. Their habits become our habits. Their attitudes become our attitudes. Their expectations become our expectations. So if you're hanging out with people who are always complaining, always making excuses, always playing the victim, guess what? You're going to start doing those things too. But if you start hanging out with people who are always looking for solutions, always taking responsibility, always striving to be better, that's who you'll become. It's like the old saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I ask you, are you happy with that average? Are you satisfied with the level you're at? Or do you want more? If you want more, and I know you do because you wouldn't be listening to me if you didn't, then it's time to raise that average. It's time to start surrounding yourself with people who are where you want to be. Now, I'm not saying you need to completely abandon your old friends. Some of those relationships might be worth salvaging. But what I'm saying is that you need to be intentional about who you allow to influence you. You need to be selective about who you give your time and energy to. Think of it like this. If you had a garden, would you let just any plant grow there? Of course not. You'd carefully choose which seeds to plant. You'd nurture the plants that bear fruit and remove the weeds that suck up resources without giving anything back. Well, your life is your garden, and the people in your life are the plants. Some of them are fruit-bearing trees providing you with nourishment and growth. Others are beautiful flowers bringing joy and color to your life. But some are weeds. They might have grown there naturally, but they're not serving any positive purpose. They're just taking up space and resources that could be used for something better. It's time to do some weeding in your life garden. It's time to make room for more positive influences, for people who will help you grow and thrive. And here's the thing. As you start to surround yourself with more positive influences, you'll start to become a more positive influence yourself. You'll start to inspire others. You'll start to lift people up. And that's when things really start to snowball. Because when you're surrounded by people who are constantly striving to be better, who are constantly pushing themselves and each other to new heights, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You create a positive feedback loop of growth and success. But it all starts with you. It all starts with making the decision that you're no longer going to tolerate negativity in your life, that you're no longer going to let other people's limitations become your limitations, that you're going to seek out people who believe in you, who support you, who challenge you to be. And let me tell you, when you make that decision, when you start taking action on it, magical things start to happen. Opportunities start to appear. Doors start to open. The universe starts to conspire in your favor. Because when you raise your standards for the people you allow in your life, you raise your standards for everything. You start to expect more from yourself. You start to demand more from life. And life, my friends, has a funny way of rising to meet your expectations. So I challenge you, starting today, start paying attention to the people in your life. Notice how they make you feel. Notice whether they lift you up or bring you down. Notice whether they encourage your dreams or dismiss them. And then start making changes. Start seeking out people who inspire you. Start putting yourself in environments where you're likely to meet positive, growth-minded individuals. Start being the kind of person you want to attract into your life. Because here's the truth. The quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your relationships. And you have the power to choose those relationships. You have the power to surround yourself with people who will help you become the best version of yourself. So don't settle. Don't accept relationships that hold you back. Don't let loyalty to the past prevent you from creating the future you deserve. You were born for greatness. You were born to achieve amazing things. But you can't do it alone. And you certainly can't do it surrounded by people who don't believe in you, who don't support your dreams, who don't push you to be better. So make the choice. Make the choice to surround yourself with excellence. Make the choice to seek out people who inspire you, who challenge you, who make you want to be better. Because when you do that, when you start to raise the bar for the people you allow in your life, you raise the bar for yourself. And let me tell you, once you start raising that bar, once you start expecting more from yourself and the people around you, amazing things start to happen. You start to see possibilities where before you only saw obstacles. You start to believe in yourself in a way you never have before. You start to achieve things you never thought possible. But it all starts with that choice. That choice to no longer accept negativity, mediocrity, or small-mindedness in your life. That choice to seek out people who are where you want to be, who have achieved what you want to achieve, who embody the qualities you want to develop in yourself. And here's the beautiful thing. As you start to make these changes, as you start to surround yourself with more positive influences, you become a more positive influence yourself. You start to inspire others. You start to lift people up. And that's when things really start to snowball. Because when you're part of a community of people who are constantly striving to be better, who are constantly pushing themselves and each other to new heights, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You create a positive feedback loop of growth and success that just keeps building on itself. But remember, it all starts with you. It all starts with your decision to no longer settle for relationships that don't serve your highest good. It all starts with your commitment to seek out people who will help you become the best version of yourself. So I ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to start surrounding yourself with people who will push you to greatness? Because let me tell you, the moment you make that decision, the moment you start taking action on it, everything changes. Your whole world shifts. Suddenly, anything seems possible. Suddenly, your dreams don't seem so far-fetched. Suddenly, you're waking up excited about life, ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. But you've got to take that first step. You've got to be willing to let go of what's familiar in order to grab hold of what's possible. You've got to be brave enough to say, I deserve more than this. I deserve to be surrounded by people who believe in me, who push me, who inspire me. And yes, it might be scary. Yes, it might be uncomfortable. But you know what's scarier? Looking back on your life and realizing you never reached your full potential because you were too afraid to let go of people who were holding you back. So I challenge you Starting today, start paying attention to the people in your life. Notice how they make you feel. Notice whether they lift you up or bring you down. Notice whether they encourage your dreams or dismiss them. And then start making changes. Start seeking out people who inspire you. Start putting yourself in environments where you're likely to meet positive, growth-minded individuals. Start being the kind of person you want to attract into your life. Join that club you've been thinking about. Take that class that interests you. Attend that networking event. Put yourself out there, because the people you're looking for, the ones who will push you to greatness, they're out there looking for you too. And when you find them, when you start to build those relationships, nurture them, invest in them, because having even one person in your life who truly believes in you, who pushes you to be your best, who supports your dreams, that's worth more than 1,000 lukewarm friendships. Remember, you're not just changing your social circle. You're changing your life. You're changing your future. You're changing the very trajectory of your existence. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, when you immerse yourself in a positive, growth-oriented environment, you become unstoppable. Your confidence soars. Your skills improve. Your vision expands. Suddenly, goals that once seemed impossible become inevitable. But it all starts with that decision. That decision to no longer tolerate negativity in your life. That decision to seek out people who will help you grow, who will challenge you, who will inspire you to be your best self. So I ask you again, are you ready? Are you ready to make that decision? Are you ready to start surrounding yourself with greatness? Because if you are, if you're truly ready to make that commitment, then I promise you this, your life will never be the same. You'll look back on this moment as the turning point. The moment when everything changed, the moment when you decided to stop hanging out with the wrong people and start surrounding yourself with those who would help you achieve your dreams. And let me tell you, that future version of you, the one who's achieved things you can't even imagine right now, that version of you is cheering you on. That version of you knows how important this decision is. That version of you is counting on you to make the right choice. So don't let fear hold you back. Don't let comfort keep you stuck. Don't let loyalty to the past prevent you from creating the future you deserve. You were born for greatness. You were born to achieve amazing. And it's time to start surrounding yourself with people who see that greatness in you, who will nurture it, who will help you bring it to life. Because here's the truth. You become like the people you spend the most time with. Their habits become your habits. Their attitudes become your attitudes. Their expectations become your expectations. So choose wisely. Choose people who will lift you up, not bring you down. Choose people who will push you forward, not hold you back. And remember, this isn't about abandoning everyone in your life. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. It's about prioritizing relationships that serve your highest good. It's about creating a circle of influence that supports your growth and pushes you towards your goals. So start today. Start right now. Take a good hard look at the people in your life. Are they elevating you or holding you down? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? Are they fueling your dreams or dousing them with doubt? If you find that the people around you are more anchor than sail, it's time to make some changes. It's time to start seeking out people who will help you navigate towards your dreams, not keep you moored in the harbor of mediocrity. And yes, it might be tough at first. Change always is, but I promise you, it's worth it. The discomfort you feel as you start to distance yourself from negative influences, that's growth. That's you getting stronger. That's you moving towards the life you deserve. So embrace it. Lean into it. Use it as fuel to push yourself further, to reach higher, to dream bigger. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, when you immerse yourself in a positive, growth-oriented environment, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You have greatness within you. You have dreams waiting to be realized. You have potential waiting to be unleashed. But you need the right people around you to help bring that greatness to life. So make the choice. Make the commitment. Decide right now that you're no longer going to settle for relationships that hold you back. Decide that you're going to seek out people who will push you to be your best self. Decide that you're going to surround yourself with greatness. Because when you do, when you make that decision and start taking action on it, your whole world will change. You'll start to see possibilities where before you only saw obstacles. You'll start to believe in yourself in a way you never have before. You'll start to achieve things you never thought possible. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to truly live up to your potential. That's when you start to create the life you've always dreamed of. So I ask you one last time. Are you ready? Are you ready to stop hanging out with the wrong people and start surrounding yourself with those who will help you achieve your dreams? Are you ready to step into your greatness? Because if you are, if you're truly ready to make that commitment, then the world better watch out, because there's no stopping someone who's surrounded themselves with the right people, who's immersed themselves in a positive, growth oriented environment. That person becomes unstoppable. That person becomes unbeatable. That person becomes the best version of themselves. And that person can be you. It should be you. It will be you if you make the choice right now to surround yourself with greatness. So, what are you waiting for? The time is now. Your future self is counting on you. Your dreams are waiting for you. It's time to make the change. It's time to surround yourself with the right people. It's time to become the person you were always meant to be. Because remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose those 5 people wisely. Choose people who inspire you, who challenge you, who make you want to be better. Choose people who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. Choose people who will push you towards your dreams, not pull you away from them. And as you start to make these changes, as you start to surround yourself with more positive influences, something amazing will happen. You'll start to change too. You'll start to see yourself differently. You'll start to believe in yourself more. You'll start to dream bigger and reach higher. Because when you're surrounded by people who are constantly striving to be better, who are constantly pushing themselves and each other to new heights, it's impossible not to be inspired. It's impossible not to want to rise to their level. And that's when the real transformation begins. That's when you start to break through your own limitations, to shatter your own self-imposed barriers. That's when you start to become the person you were always meant to be. So don't wait. Don't put this off. Don't tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow or next week or next month. The time is now. Your future is waiting. Your greatness is calling. Make the choice. Take the leap. Surround yourself with greatness. Because when you do, when you finally start hanging out with the right people, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Your life is waiting. Your dreams are waiting. Your greatness is waiting. It's time to answer the call. It's time to surround yourself with the right people. It's time to become the best version of yourself. So go out there, find your tribe, surround yourself with greatness, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Because remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So make sure those 5 people are extraordinary. Make sure those 5 people push you to be your best self. Make sure those 5 people help you become the person you were always meant to be. Your future is in your hands. The choice is yours. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to stay stuck in the same old patterns, surrounded by the same old influences? Or are you going to take that leap? Make that change and start surrounding yourself with people who will help you achieve your dreams. The decision is yours. But I believe in you. I believe you have what it takes to make that change. I believe you have the courage to seek out those who will lift you up, push you forward, and help you become your best self. So go do it. Start today. Start right now. Your future self will thank you. Your dreams will thank you. And the world will thank you. Because when you surround yourself with greatness, when you immerse yourself in positivity and growth, you don't just change your own life. You change the lives of everyone around you. You become a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, a force for good in the world. And that, my friends, is what true greatness is all about. It's not just about achieving your own dreams. It's about helping others achieve theirs. It's about creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth that spreads far beyond yourself. So go out there and create that ripple. Surround yourself with greatness. Become the best version of yourself. And watch as your life and the lives of those around you transform in amazing ways. Your journey to greatness starts now. You ready? The world is waiting. Your greatness is waiting. It's time to answer the call.